What's good, fam? Welcome back to the Alchemical Oracle. This is Low Honey. And today I feel like we need to tap in and talk about a little something, okay? So, one of the things that has really been on my mind is when you're going through different bouts of the dark night of the soul, okay? Right now, I think I'm coming out of this space. And I would say, like, when you're going through different ascensions, and I want to say that because I feel like, in the spiritual community, we often talk about awakenings. And that's usually like your beginner level. Like, people are coming out of the darkness of ignorance. Ignorance is bliss, not really knowing about the spiritual, the esoteric, the mystical, etc. And they're awakening to what's beyond those things. But when you start to ascend, you start to peel back layers of the veil, and you are peeling those back, and you are stabilizing your existence without those illusions in front of you. And that can be extremely difficult, okay? When you are peeling back illusions, it is a very intense experience. And often, depending on what those illusions are, you're going to go through a dark night of the soul. Now, your very first dark night of the soul is traumatic and trifling as hell. I ain't even gonna lie. But that don't mean that when you go through new ascensions or new areas where you awaken, that they're not going to be just as trifling. Okay. They may be a lot better. You're not going to go back into that dark place, but it is going to be not great. Okay. And what I want to kind of say is, because I feel like some of y'all are there right now, or some of y'all may be dipping down into it or coming out of it. But I feel like when you are going through this, especially when you've been there before, the best thing about it is that it's not brand new territory. It's not unknown. It's not untreaded. There is not like it's wilderness and shit and you trying to make your way through. You know exactly what to fucking do. You know exactly how to get up. You know exactly how to move with your mind. You know exactly how to deal with yourself in the process. It may be circumstances that get on your fucking nerves, people who want to show their ass and be dumb as fuck, situations that just keep showing up and creating inconvenience. But at the end of the day, you know what you know. At the end of the day, you have wisdom, not knowledge. So you know how to apply that shit and get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? And the best thing about that is you don't end up wallowing in the cycles of the same shit. It is annoying, however, and it can be really intense. Like, if I'm being honest, like whenever I get into a dark night of the soul, it just feel like I'm depressed as fuck. Like, I just be like, why the fuck is this shit happening? But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, well, let me get up and just handle my fucking business, because I don't have time. Like, if I sit here and I'm worrying, I'm walling in and shit, then I'm not getting what I need to get done. So then other shit is falling apart when it don't need to be falling apart. I could be maintaining that, right? I could be getting to what I need to do. And sometimes that sucks, because it means you got to put your big girl panties on. You got to put your big boy briefs on. You got to fucking get your shit together, get it all together and put it together. Even when you fucking ain't got no shoes on, even when you done stubbed your toe 1,000 times and that bitch hurt, even when you done fell down and skinned your knee spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Even when a bitch done sliced and diced your fucking ass, here you go patching that shit up, and you gotta fucking still live your life. You can't let your life fall apart in the midst of going through what some people think of as a spiritual battle, but it's not a battle. It's a purging. When you go to the dark night of the soul, you going in there because you need to excavate yourself, right? Like, I feel like this go round for me, I had to excavate my darkness. Like, I mean, we was cool and shit, but not that cool. Not that cool, okay? And I feel like a lot of the times we get a lot of shit mixed up when it comes to our darkness and when it comes to chaotic energy, because they look the same when you're not familiar with them entirely. And I think it took me time to really understand the difference between my own chaotic energy that I was allowing to be there, that didn't need to be there, and that was blinding me from the truth of my own darkness, right? Because everybody's gonna have darkness, like, especially if you are someone who is chosen, who walks with the light, who is favored by any type of spirit, whether it's the creator, a deity, whatever. When you are favored, you walk with a lot of light, and that means that you fucking cast a big ass shadow. And the last thing you want is to be walking around here with a big ass shadow that you don't have no type of understanding about, right? You need to be fucking balanced, you feel me? And a lot of the times you got people out here who's teaching this shit, and they are very powerful in the spiritual realm, but they ego and they darkness, that shit is unrefined as fuck. Or sometimes some people think that they in the dark, but that shit, no, they not. They not there. They not there. Sometimes, like, y'all, I've met people who swear up and down that they was somewhere, but then when you really look at that shit, when you see how they moving and shit, they not all the way right, nor are they balanced, nor are they getting their stuff together. They're still operating in chaos. And because people operate in chaos, they create chaos. So when you're understanding, like, when you go into the darkness, that dark night of the soul, you're going into your own chaos. The chaos that you keep creating, that you don't want to fucking be creating no more. That's why you there. Okay, that's why you're there. Because you're irritated. Anytime you have a dark night of the soul, that shit on set, that's because you said, I need to stop dealing with this bullshit. Okay? And sometimes it take you going through some shit that's absolute trash. Okay? I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. This past year has been straight up bullshit. But you know what? A girl gotta handle her fucking business. And that's what I'm telling you. Like, you could be down. You could be sad as fuck. You could be like, the whole world is in it. Let me tell you something. Don't sit there and wallow in this shit. Get up, transmute that shit, and do something with it. What else do you need to do? You got responsibilities. You got shit that you need to do. Don't fall on the ground and be like, ah! No. Get your ass up. Okay? Golly. You could have that little moment outside in the rain if you want to. Go drop down on your knees and skin them bitches and cry out, ah! And then after you done, bro, get your ass up and let's go handle some business. Like, it's so hard to continue and get up and choose you every fucking day, even when you being a bitch ass. And you be like, I don't want to do it no more. And be like, I don't care what you want to do. Let's go. Sometimes you got to be that person for yourself. And y'all, I swear for God, my past self, this woman was unfucking relenting, okay? She set a path and that shit was, okay? Living in that shit, I be like, okay, let me create a little bit more leniency on that thing, you know what I'm saying? When I start building out my path going forward, because, bro, she was not playing with me. She was not playing with me, but she got me together though. She got me together, but she was not playing with me. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, when you are manifesting, when you're moving shit around, people don't talk about the dark side of that, right? When you're manifesting something and that shit goes immediately to the left, that's because immediately you need to release a whole bunch of shit at once to get what you want. Ooh, God. And that shit is just like, fuck. It sucks, okay? It sucks so bad. But you know what? This is because you're the magician, you're the sorceress, you're the wizard, you're the warlock, you the hoodoo man, you the witch doctor, okay? You done fucking came up and just handled that shit. You the one with the cunning, nigga. Get up and handle it. It's not cute. The shit damn sure not cute. But let me tell you something, that shit is valuable. You better catch these gems while you here. Because if you don't catch the gems, if you don't get your shit together, if you don't take the action, then that shit is not for less and you're gonna be there longer because you ain't catching your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when people get down into some shit, the thing is that a lot of people, they be holding shit up here, right? And they be walking through life and they be like, everything is good. Really inside, that shit not good. That shit not good. But guess what? We got to be handling fucking business. So we be fucking just being like, oh, it don't exist, da da da. Or it do exist, but we don't know how to handle that shit, stuff it down, right? So then when you start coming down into this path, all the stuff that you holding up here, that shit fall down immediately fall down. But you don't understand why all these things are falling, why all these things are going haywire. But it's there so that you can see what needs to be looked at, because you about to be here for a cool minute so you can work through all this shit. And not just that shit, but the shit that created that shit. I know that's some bullshit, ain't it? It sure is. But that's the shit that you really need. That's that shit you need to eat. Okay? We talking about eat shit, nigga. You gotta eat that shit. Because at the end of the day, you gotta stop doing the BS. You gotta stop walking into the same situation. You gotta stop doing the same things that sabotage yourself. And it sucks so bad. It sucks so bad. I like... But it's what it is. It's what it is. And I think there's not enough people saying that it sucks. There's not enough people saying it's fucking hard. There's not enough people saying, oh shit, like, bro, this shit deteriorated my life in ABCDEFG. This shit brought in people that was acting like this, and I couldn't deal with that. So I was like, nigga, bye. Okay, and then this thing happened, and this thing happened, and honey, I know a bitch is fucking spiritually protected. So when I be looking at this shit, I be like, I still sit pretty, nigga. And the thing is, once you get in your mind that you're controlling your reality, you gotta maintain this right here, this and this. It be so fucking difficult, but sometimes you just gotta maintain this. No matter where you at, you could be in a dark fucking place. Turn the fucking affirmations on. Turn that shit on. Put your light language on. Okay, get up into that high healing temple. Get up into that. I forgot what I named the new playlist, y'all. But y'all go over there to that playlist and get that healing, baby. But the thing is, you gotta go into a space that's really gonna get your ass right. Whether you're listening to high frequency music, you're listening to my light language or other people's light language, you're going in and getting that Reiki, you're doing whatever you're doing, you got to keep your ass suited and booted, period. Even when that shit just feel like I can't even. Because at the end of the day, like, sometimes you just got to handle shit. Sometimes you just got to go through shit. Sometimes the only way out is through. And that shit is trifling. That shit trifling. But that shit right there will help you get that fire under your ass to handle something. Okay? Sometimes we just be like, oh, this is just the way life is, whatever. And you continue to create everything else in your reality that's exactly what you want, while over here to the left, it's a fucking dumpster pile. And that shit sucks. Okay? It be ruining all your good shit. When you got them fumes of dumpster smell coming all up into your luxury beautifulness. It's like you got a temple right next to a fucking trash dump. It's garbage. It's trash. Why are we here? Why are we listening to this? Why are we dealing with this? At the end of the day, boo, you got to clean that shit up. Okay? You can't just do what humans do in real life and post some dirt on it, put a plastic cap on that motherfucker and be like, let's put some more right here. And then we put some plastic cap and some dirt on it. And then we just keep doing that. Because at the end of the day, all of this shit gonna have to be excavated. You feel me? And that shit ain't cute. It's rigorous. You gotta dig your hand down in there and be full of sludge, nigga, and find the shit you need. It's not cute, but it's exactly what you need to do. And for some of y'all like, well, what the fuck do I need to do? Start looking around and seeing what type of realizations have you had lately, and did you write them shits down? Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, one of my biggest realizations was that I always felt like people had more information than me. So like when I would ask people questions, because I have like such access in the spiritual realm to so much information, that it sometimes don't occur to me that people really be stumbling through life like how I used to stumble through life. And sometimes I have to bring myself back down to like normal shit and be like, oh, this person is doing well, but they just stumbled into this shit and figured out how to turn themselves up right. They don't fucking know. They don't fucking know the answer to the question I'm asking them. But they think they know, so they trying to tell me what they did in order to get me to a situation. But what they did don't work for me, because they don't really know what they did, why it worked. And that's often the problem, right? We're not able to see through the stuff to get the lesson. So sometimes people have to experience a win multiple times with several losses to be able to understand what the lesson underneath it is, how it applies, and how many times they went through it in order to convey that to somebody effectively so that they can replicate it in their own life, because it's not going to look the way that it looked in their life. But the lesson and the way that they solve that lesson is going to apply. And that's something that I try to do when I'm talking to y'all, because that shit is hard to do. Okay, it is difficult to do. And I had to get into my mind, you know what I need to be doing is just listening to people's stories, understanding the lesson that came from those understandings, and look for that lesson in my life. Is the lesson present, yes or no? Because not everybody's lesson is the same, right? So when I'm looking at that lesson in my life, am I saying, am I the type of person who has this lesson? Or is this something that I just intuitively walk past because I know I ain't got no business being over there, right? So, and that allows me to move differently. But especially when it comes to certain business stuff, a lot of people don't know what the fuck to do. They don't, y'all. They don't know what the fuck to do. And I had to just get in my mind, okay, like, and I got to the point where I was just like, fuck this. Let me ask a spirit and get my shit together. Because there's only so much that somebody can help you with without exceeding whatever budget you got to do, right? So when we're really working and understanding how to move through our life without getting too personal with y'all, I want y'all to understand that when you're looking at your life and when you're looking at certain situations in your life, looking at certain relationships in your life, that shit is talking to you and it's saying, hey, look, you got A, B, and C person over here. And this person really badly need to do some work on themselves, right? And what they tried to do at first was they tried to give you all the shit they need to work on and point it out in you because they didn't want to do it. But because they pointed out in you and you was like, I'm going to handle my fucking business, you turned around and did that shit. Then you look back at them like, you going to handle your shit? And either they got mad at you or they was like, it must be nice to be able to do that shit. It's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be fucking get the fuck out of here. And a lot of times those same people be your family members. Those same people be your friends. Those same people be your partners. Okay. But at the end of the day, like, you leading by example in your life. That's why you the fucking light, nigga. And at the end of the day, even if you identify yourself as a light worker, you working on the light side, at the end of the day, you gotta be balanced. You can't be walking out here just with a shining light out here and you ain't got no shadow, because then anybody's shadow can get up in this shit. You feel me? Your shadow is what's protecting you from these narcissistic ass people out here that's keeping you setting boundaries so your ass don't burn out and shit. Getting your ass all the way together. And it's not cute. because you haven't cultivated it yet. So it's going to be a little bit ugly. It's going to be a little bit stank, okay? It's going to be a little bit muddy. But that's the point. That's why you're here, to clean it up, make it look cute, give it some love, and then tap in. And then you out of there. And when you coming out of your dark night of the soul, you be fucking tired. You heard me? Tired as hell. You'll be tired. And not like I'm sleepy tired. It's like I am tired of fucking life. None of this shit matter. I'm ready to be done with this shit. And when you get to that place, just know you're almost there. So I'm going to just need you to just keep putting one foot in front of the other, even if you just over that shit. I want you to just focus on some random shit and just do that. Stick with that. Handle your business. When you get up in the morning, don't even let yourself go down that street of thought. Just handle your business. Feed your mind. Feed your soul. Mentally, emotionally, feed yourself. Tell yourself who you are, who you about, what you're coming into, what you are crowning upon yourself, what you are adorning upon yourself, what you are anointing yourself with, right? Because you're essentially, the dark night of the soul is an initiative path. You are going into the valley of death. The place where the rest of you went to die. You're going in there to extract yourself. You can't die in there because you gotta fucking get the fuck out. So you could go do what you gotta do. But you couldn't go do that shit without that nigga. So you gotta go in there as a rescue mission and get yourself. And pull yourself up out that shit. And then go get the shit that you said you was gonna get. And Spirit got that shit lined up. But now you in alignment with that shit. You're in alignment, you get it, you go to where you need to go. And now you on a high. But as soon as you decide this is not enough, I want a little bit more. I want to be able to eat a little bit more. I want to do a little bit more. I want to move a little bit more. Then what am I doing at that point? I'm initiating myself back to go back into that dark ass place to find the version of me that got ate up by some bullshit so that I can extract myself, and then I level up every time. The thing is that as you go through these experiences, a lot of people want to make videos and content, and you'll see content about like cutting people off, doing this. People are making content about the actionable steps inside of the dark night of the soul that you need to be implementing. But they don't really tell you what that shit really do, because a lot of people don't fucking know. They don't know how to tell you that, but they know how to tell you what to do. So then you could get to the next step. And then maybe they don't know what that next step is for you, but they know the steps that they took. So they just make these little situations to help you. But I'm telling you right now, you have a bunch of shit going on. If you surrounded by a bunch of people that ain't shit, you're going to have to be by yourself for a little bit. So you can understand how the fuck did these people get around me and surround me. To the point where I ain't got no real niggas or I only got a couple real people with me. Why is that? What in me has created that situation, and how do I get up out of there? How can I recognize when somebody is coming for me from the left side, smiling in my face? What does that look like? Now let me look at all the times I experienced that shit. Oh, that's what it feel like. That's what it look like. Da 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 da. If you black, when somebody is being racist, when somebody is being biased towards you. If you're a woman, when somebody's being misogynistic towards you, and that could be a man or a woman. You hear me? What does that shit look like? Because sometimes all of that shit is coupled together into one thing. And then you looking at it and it's like, on the outside, it looks good. But on the inside, that shit is fucked. I'm good. Goodbye. Right? And it takes time for you to be able to get that vision, to be able to see past people's bullshit, look into it and be like, oh God, no. Close that shit back up and get the fuck on up out my life. You feel me? Life be lifing, baby. Life be fucking lifing. But at the end of the day, if you really want to step up and stop feeding into the bullshit for real, okay, I suggest that you take a 360 about that circle. You feel me? I suggest you take a 360 about them boundaries. Get your fucking boundaries together. If you got people in your circle that ain't shit, your boundaries is fucked up. Period. Period. That's the first place you need to go. The second place you need to go is your inner child, because that bitch is looking for love. Looking for love. Where? Where is the love? It's right here. Right there. You see it? That right there? That one. You. You need to be the one loving that bitch. Okay? You. Because you're the only person that can love them. Obviously. Because the other people that was trying to love them could not love them right. So you need to figure out how to love them so you could reparent them so that they stop attracting this crazy ass shit for you. Does that make sense? Woo. Y'all. The shit eat down every day. Okay? When spirit clocks some stuff over you, pow pow, nigga, wake the fuck up. Why you operating like that? That don't make sense. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, going through, I mean, I've had maybe 4, maybe 5 ascensions, and that shit eat dirt and grass, and it's crazy. That it was so intense. Every single one of them had a dark night of the soul, and it was not cute. It damn sure wasn't cute. You feel me? But I always gotta handle my business. I don't have no choice, nigga, but to handle this business, okay? And a lot of us, POC, let me tell you something right now. When you be going into these dark nights of the soul, you also be breaking these generational curses, baby. And that shit ain't cute, but it gotta be done. You feel me? Your kids can't be walking around with that bullshit on their back. That's why you here. Handle that shit. Handle that fucking shit. God damn. When I'm telling y'all, it be so crazy talking to people, and they be dealing with stupid shit, fucking talking to kids crazy and shit. Hello, wasn't that the same shit you hated about your parents? Why the fuck are you doing that same shit? Cut that shit out. Act like you got some sense. Treat these people like humans, because they are. You're supposed to be cultivating them, not raising them like cattle. But this is just my rant, y'all. But I'm being real. Like, it's just like the way life be fucking life, and especially being in a dark night of the soul, boy, that shit be eating. That shit will eat your whole ass. When I'm telling you, that shit is just like, God damn. Bro, that shit is crazy than a motherfucker. Before I forget, and I just keep ranting on, if you want to get inside my community, baby, where you could really learn how to navigate this reality and work your fucking shit, go to my link in bio, okay? We are going to be opening a society where I teach y'all what I've been doing and creating transformations for people on a one-on-one. I'm about to show you how to do it for yourself, okay? Do that fucking thing, and we're gonna have stuff together. We can hang out together, office hours, and healing, and light language, and weekly meetups, honey. Doing our fucking thing, okay? Okay. So definitely go check out my link in the bio. Now, when I'm telling you, when you in that dark night of the soul, baby, get that shit. I need you to get a piece of paper, a journal, or something, because it's gonna be something new every week. And you might get a week or 2 off because it was too much, but then that shit gonna be right back on until you get it all the way together. Okay. And when I'm telling y'all, sometimes I will go halfway through my dark night of soul and I just be like, okay, leave me the fuck alone, everybody. I need a couple days to cry and process my feelings, okay, and get my shit together and get my mind together. And then it's like, okay, gotta handle my business. Because at the end of the day, y'all, like, life don't fucking stop. We be going through shit, spiritual initiations and awakenings in life, and life don't fucking stop. Life don't stop for no fucking body. That shit trifling, but it don't fucking stop. So what that mean? That mean that regardless if you in a huddle hole, if you crawled up in the fetal position, that shit's still running, which means shit that you got going on is still calling for your attention, right? Your bills still need to be paid, right? Your kids still need to be fed, right? You still gotta go to class, right? You still gotta feed yourself, right? Like, I'm trying to get through to you because I feel like some of y'all, y'all in there. And I need you to come out a little bit. I need you to hear what I'm saying. Handle your shit. Do your self-care. Love on yourself in the midst of this bullshit. Because it's what you need and it's the medicine you need. But the medicine you need don't always taste good. And most of the time it's bitter as fuck and it tastes nasty. And you gotta brace yourself for that. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. With the Dark Night Soul, don't give a fuck if you prepared or not. It's gonna eat your ass up. So what I need you to understand is you need to create some moments for peace for you. Whether you gonna go on a walk, whether you gonna sit in your car and cry, whether you gonna go say some affirmations, or you gonna meditate, or you gonna go to yoga class, whatever the fuck you gotta do. And if you ain't got no money and you watching me right now, you got a phone, go on YouTube, watch something that will assist you in coming back to self. You're here right now. Welcome. But I'm telling you, it's not something that you can continue to do over and over and over again without assistance. And it's okay to need assistance. And sometimes we can't pay for the assistance we need, so we got to go out and get it for free and Mod Podge that shit to fucking together. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you to do something right here. This your homework. Because you thought you were getting away with just some cute shit. Nah. Write this down. I need you to make a self-pep talk. Okay? Whether you write this shit up yourself or you put a bunch of ideas you need to put in to ChatGPT and then you put that shit into your own words. But I need you to open up the fucking camera. Fuck all that writing down shit. That shit cute or whatever. But at the end of the day, if you can't see yourself talking to yourself, then it don't mean shit. You could lose a piece of paper. Real talk. Say to yourself the shit that you need to fucking say. And listen to that shit back. Listen to that shit again. Listen to that shit again. Every single morning you wake up, listen to that shit. Before you go to bed, listen to that shit. Because you know who on your fucking team. You. At the end of every fucking day. Keep your shit up. Rise up, nigga. The fuck? Stop being over there. Feeling sad and shit. Feeling like shit ain't fucking working. It is working. It just sucks that it's working like this. You understand me? But you started this shit. Can't nobody else stop this shit because you started it. You said you wanted something different. You said you wanted to move into a different spot. You said you could. You said you should. You put all the mechanisms together and said, fuck all that bullshit. I'm on my shit. That's what you said. You said you was tired of living broke, busted, and disgusted. You said you was tired of talking to yourself all crazy, willy-nilly and shit. That's what you said. I want you to understand something. You talking about all this and that. We complaining and shit. Hell yeah, we complaining. But who called for that shit? You did. Yeah, you did, baby. And it's okay to be that. It's okay. But I need you to handle your shit. You feel me? Can't let all this shit go to waste. You ain't work hard for nothing. Get your fucking ass up and make that shit shake. You feel me? Every day. Every day. Every motherfucking day of your life. You better open these goddamn eyes and be grateful you alive and handle your shit. And it don't feel good all the time. But you know what? You're fucking capable of doing that shit. That's what your shit need to sound like. Wake the fuck up, nigga. I'm proud of you. You did shit that I never thought I could do. You're executing goals every day. That's amazing. And maybe it's not as productive as you want it to be, but guess what? You making that shit step by step, making it all the way. Look, you way better than where I was. Where I am right now, where you at now, that's amazing. I could never have imagined I'd be you. Rise up and do that shit again. Level up again. Do that shit again. You're fucking amazing. Rise up, nigga. Keep going. Don't stop. A little bitch talking shit, handle that shit. You deserve everything, and if a bitch don't like it, fuck them. Period. Let's go get our shit. Start your motherfucking day right. I love you. That's what your shit need to sound like. I know that shit fucking rose the fuck up. What's good, nigga? When I was going through some of my hardest dark nights of the soul, boy, them videos ate down. When I was crying in the bathroom, when I was snot-nosed and had miscarriages, I put them videos on. That shit was like, bitch, you fucking it. Stand the fuck up. Stop fucking crying. You can heal and you can elevate out of that shit. Transmute that fucking shit. Why the fuck you crying, bitch? Use a sorceress. Work that shit. Make that shit shake. While we playing around. That's that type of shit you need to be having for yourself. You feel me? You feel me? Okay now. Okay now. Y'all be over here watching all types of motivational videos, but sometimes that shit need to be in your voice. Sometimes that shit need to be on your face. Sometimes that shit need to be you saying it, meaning it, and dealing and shit. And don't be talking down to yourself. Big yourself up. Gas the fuck out yourself because you deserve that every fucking day. Don't ever talk to yourself crazy, nigga. That's crazy. Handle your shit. Love on yourself. Give a fuck about yourself. Every day, all day. And it sucks sometimes to be in some bullshit. It really do. I be tired of that shit. Especially when it's some motherfuckers that don't want to deal with they shit. But that ain't my problem. You feel me? They gotta handle their shit. That's not about me. And I can't be over there thinking about that shit. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't be over there trying to control other people's shit. Get over here and control your shit. Deal with your shit. Be on your shit. It don't feel good. It don't taste good. It don't smell good. That's why you need to be over here cleaning that shit up. Okay? For some of y'all, that shit stink real bad. And I'm going to tell you, if you're having a hard time, I am not an advocate for psychedelics. But if I was, I would recommend allegedly magic mushrooms for your ass. Please get your shit. Get that shit together. It's not cute. It ain't never been cute. But you know what it does need? It needs to get all the way together. So you get the fuck up out of there in this cycle and get what you need so you can go. You're almost there, baby. I love you. Continue to rise up. Continue to thrive and move with that wisdom of your highest I. Okay, you feel me? Recognize the God self in you, above you, inside of you, around you, and through you, nigga. And keep calling them. Call forth the higher self to move you throughout your day. Path made, executed. And make sure you pour in that libation, you giving them ancestors that gratitude. Because they handling your shit and helping you get through that bullshit. So get it together. I know sometimes it fucking sucks and we get in our feelings. But you worth it. And you worth every fucking day of your life. Choose you, and I'll see you again later.